Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are at right now. Thank you guys for coming in and joining the live. Um, we missed last week our live, so I apologize, but this week we are back on track. Michelle from the block will be in a few minutes. She is getting herself set up. If anybody would like to join in on the live as well, they are more than welcome to. There is the link if you want to join in on camera with us. I will be on camera this week, but Shell unfortunately will not be on camera, but she will still be in the live, which is still just as important. So we are going to wait a few minutes to see if anybody joins in, and then we can get the live started. Welcome, Shell.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, perfect. You're glowing today. How you feeling?
I'm doing okay. Besides my
That's good.
shoulder, I'm doing good.
How is that working out for you?
I can't wait till the 24th, I can tell you that.
I
But
know it's coming pretty
okay.
soon too.
I mean, I can lift it a little bit now,
Oh,
but
a
I
lot
just can't lift all the
better.
way up. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you'll be glad when that appointment comes.
the only thing is if you do surgery on it, it's gonna take
Oh,
three to 6 months in order to heal, and it's kind of sucks because it's gonna be summertime.
oh no. Yeah, the
So I don't know.
recuperation time is crazy. Oh, well,
Well, I
maybe
don't
you
need.
won't need surgery. How about we claim that maybe you won't need it, or is
Well,
it a
hopefully.
definite?
Well, he said it sounds like I'm gonna need it because I tore multiple muscles, but that's why he wants me to see the ortho so he can
Right.
kind of give that definite answer.
Right.
So
Well, fingers
maybe
crossed.
if I can handle it, I might wait until like August, maybe if they allow me, wait until at least August
You
to
don't
get
want to
it
go too
because
long with torn stuff. You better
I
listen to
know,
them. Even
I
though I know
know,
it sucks. Oh my gosh, 3 months. You said 3 to 6.
yeah,
Oh my goodness, that's like almost a half a year.
yeah, because
Oh,
it's all tore muscles like all right here in my arm,
oh my goodness.
so it's really crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of serious. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that maybe the rest that you've been giving, and the not stressing it, maybe it'll be a little better
Right,
when you go for your appointment. Fingers crossed.
right, and hopefully
Well,
maybe they could give me some other kind of pain medication that will kind of help a little bit more.
right,
Because right
right,
now it's just an anti-inflammatory slash pain medication, so it's kind of
right.
trying to do two jobs at one time.
Right. And you're in a lot. I can tell. I can tell you. Well, you just picked your cup up with that hand, so you're kind of using it. That's pretty good.
Right, and at least I can use it. Like I said, I just can't
Yeah,
go like this or move back or whatever on it. So
yeah. Aw. So what
but
are we
I'm
talking
dealing.
about today, my love? I feel you.
I
That's
I
all we
actually
can do.
thought we would talk. I actually thought we would talk about self love because
That's
I know.
perfect.
Remember, me and you were talking about like different topics and stuff like that, and like the
Yeah,
importance of like you can't love somebody else, give love to somebody else if you don't love yourself first. Like that's the most
that's
important,
that's true. That's true. And a lot of people don't
and
know.
a
Like
lot of people
it's
don't realize
normally right. I'm about to say the same thing. Most people think that I guess you find your happiness in loving someone else, people, places, and things, and you wind up disappointed. You know,
right,
instead of it's a process. It's definitely a mature process to put
right,
yourself first. We aren't
right.
really taught that,
You're absolutely right.
and we normally don't learn until like we run into something like, oh, I should have gave myself more time or more attention. It's usually too late, you know. So self love
Right,
is important. It's
right.
so important.
Yes,
Do
it
you talk
is.
like I know you have children? Like I'm learning to teach my daughter because I really wasn't taught like a lot of stuff. like
Right. Right.
emotional regulation and stuff. I try to teach my daughter, like, make sure you put yourself first, because I never knew that
Yes.
was even an option.
Right. And that's the thing, like, as far as like starting them out younger, and I'm not saying like it's more important to teach a female, a younger
Right,
female, than it is a younger male, but
right.
it just seems like it would be more important to teach the female that, because a lot of females put their all into a relationship and don't care for
Yes,
themselves.
yes. And don't understand that
So,
it
and
goes
that's the
both
important
ways.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. But men, males, boys too. You know,
Well,
um,
yeah.
I
I mean, I'm
I
just
would assume
saying, like, to
like
me, yeah, to me, the female is kind of more vulnerable to give
yes,
their love away and give
yes,
everything to another person than
yes,
caring for themselves.
yes, and on different
But it
levels,
usually works for a
parenting.
male too.
Yeah, yeah, parenting. We definitely need balance out here because it's definitely an
Yes,
imbalance between the females and the males. Um,
right,
I agree with you. I agree with you. Even with like parenting, us as parents, we go 150% for our children. And normally, like even with me, I wouldn't realize that I was neglecting myself until I'm either super exhausted, super irritated, or I'm
right,
just so used to putting everything ahead. Even when my daughter was um, diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I noticed that, wait a minute, I'm going to have to find balance. I'm taking care of her 24 hours a day with her
right,
illness, but I'm not really doing anything for myself,
right,
and it really got to me. Like, I felt like I was just going with no, because when you're taking care of your children, it's not like you get a gift at the end of the night or an award or some points or something. So
right,
you have
right,
to do that for yourself,
right.
you
And
know?
that's the thing. Like, with my like, I was, our parents took care of us growing up, and
Right.
like when you get older, it feels like it's your obligation to now take care of them whenever they need it.
Of
So my
course.
mother was falling a lot after my dad passed away back in 2013. She was
My
like falling a
condolences.
lot. You know what I mean? Like, thank you. And she like needed somebody, and she didn't have my
Yes.
brother and sister. It was just me. So I was
Right.
taking care of her, going doing things for her, doing like store runs or whatever. And then she
Everything
ended
she
up going
needed.
into a nursing. She ended up going into a
Mm.
nursing home, and I was like taking care of her cat and her bird that was at her house while she was in there. Well, she was in there for a while. She was in there for like 6, 7 months. So I
Oh,
ended up
goodness.
just bringing both the animals at my house, and I just ended up
Okay.
keeping them. But I was going back and forth 3 times out of the day to take care of her, to give her breakfast, her lunch, her dinner, empty her potty chair thing and stuff like that, because she couldn't go up and down the steps.
A whole
So
caregiver.
I
You
told
are
her,
a whole caregiver.
well, I told her, I said, listen, I said, I can't come over 3 times a week now. I said, don't they have like home health care nurses or something like that they can assign you, that can kind of help me out a little bit, because I was
Right, right.
going to I was coming over to her house 3 times, 3 times a day. I had my house to take care of. Like, I couldn't do it
Exactly.
all myself. I said, I'm not Superwoman. And she said,
Right.
well, the people have to understand, whenever you got to be over here, you got to be over here. That's just too bad. I said, listen, I said, you're kind of a little bit ungrateful right now. I said, because I've been doing this for 2 years for you. I
Right.
said, I can't take care of my house. She goes, well, don't you have kids? I said, my kids are not slaves. My kids, yes,
Right.
they take care of the house. They're old enough, but that's my job too as a
You're
parent.
still mom. Yeah. Yeah. I
And
get
she
that.
got mad and kind of like fell out a little
Oh.
bit. And then we, started talking again. And it was just kind of like, it's a in between with us now. Like before, we were like,
Yeah. Oh.
and it's not like that anymore. And she's just so stubborn that she thinks
Oh.
that it's her way or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And like
my mom
mentally,
was
I was
I
so
get that.
drained that I didn't care for myself.
And then you didn't want to say no because that's your mom. Even if you were
And that's the thing. And
putting
I felt
yourself in a
bad.
strain.
Right. And I felt bad when I did say it, because I was
Of
just like,
course.
you're ungrateful. And You know what I mean? But then I was like, I have to put my foot down because I can't let somebody run all over me, even though that's my parent and she took care of me all my life. But I have to be able to say no. I have to say, hey, look, I can't. So I pre-made like every Monday I would go over and I would make her food for the whole week. So every
Right.
Monday I would go over and spend like 2 hours with her. And I would go and cook all her food for the week. Like she had like prep containers. And all she would have to do is put it in the microwave. Well,
Right.
now she's bedridden, but now she has a nurse
Oh, bless her heart.
7 days a week.
Of course.
So I'm good. Like I don't have to be over there now.
God bless
You know, and I
you
think
and her.
that's the fact that that's why she's mad a little bit because I don't go over and spend time with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like,
Well, that
I
is a
have
big thing we're talking about, self-love. You place
right,
your boundaries, and it's harder to do with people you're closest to because they
right,
don't
right,
see what you're going through. They only see what they need. And I'm not saying she's selfish. Listen, we all have those moments, you know. I
right,
share that same
right.
experience
And that's the thing
with my daughter being sick.
with the kids.
Right, right. No, you're totally not wrong.
Even with the kids,
I'm
like you need that time by yourself.
You have to, or you'll burn
Yes,
out. Burnout is a real
yes,
phenomenon. I
yes.
learned about it with my daughter. We just got on an insulin pump. Maybe it's been 2 years now,
Uh-huh.
but she was been sick
Okay.
for six years before that. When I tell you,
Wow.
I never got a full night's sleep in 7 years until she got on the pump, and I know what burnout is. I mean, you're literally
Yeah.
just dragging, and because it's my child and she doesn't have anyone else, I had to show up,
Right.
even when I didn't feel like it, even when I was tired, frustrated, scared. It didn't matter. So you have to have boundaries, but in some situations it's harder. Like with your mom, I totally, I totally felt you on that. Like I literally got chills when you were saying that, and when you tried to explain to her that you were kind of burnt out. That's basically what it was. You were overextending yourself in
Right.
so many directions, and you're trying to pull back so you can get a handle on
Yes.
everything, and they don't want to understand that. That is
Right.
one of the
Because
times when you have to say, I have to put myself first and do my self love.
this is the,
You know,
like I was going over there at like 9 o'clock or not between 9 and 10 in the morning. Okay, then I would come back home, which I was using her car because obviously she wasn't able to drive. So
right?
I would go over between 9 and 10. Then I would go over like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I would go back over at like 5. On
Okay,
top of going to get her medicine, on top of doing her food shopping for her, on top of like just, when she orders stuff online, returning to UPS
right,
store or
right.
just something like that. And I got to the
Everything
point
she
where I was just
needed.
like, it was everything, everything.
Yes,
And I had
yes.
no time at my house. It felt like I lived there. That's how much I was over there. And even like my daughter now, she would come over and help too. And it's like she didn't appreciate it.
Hmm.
Like she like,
I,
and the thing
I
is
honestly think she did appreciate it. I don't think she knew how important it was for you to know that she was appreciative.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? That's your mom. I know
right.
damn well she loves you and appreciated you being here. She probably and that the thought probably never crossed her mind that I need to express this to my child. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so I
I
definitely
mean,
feel
I
you.
know deep down inside, I know she's thankful, but she doesn't. She doesn't know how to say it. It's just like you have to be here. You have to be here. You have to be here. It's like I
It's
had
the
to be at her beck
generation.
and call.
Yes, it's that
And she was
generation. How old is
calling
your
me
mother?
like 7 times a day. She is
Yes,
75.
because she knew that
But if
you
I
were going to be
wasn't
there.
if I wasn't at her house, she was calling me. So it was like I didn't even have my life.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Now,
yeah.
whenever I talk to her maybe like once a day, if like once every couple days. But before it was like I left her house, she would call me like an hour later just for something stupid, just to talk to me.
Right,
And
right.
then I would go to her house, and I even told her, I said, "Look, I said for lunch, what do you want to have for lunch that you can have, that you can be able to prep on your own? Like,
Right, right.
I pre-made like different hoagie sandwiches and stuff like that for her. And
But
like
can I
I
just
would
say
do like,
this? You are the perfect daughter. If she's never told you this,
and that's the
you are the
thing
perfect
is like she only
daughter.
had
Because
me.
most people don't even care when something happens with their parents. They're living their lives and they don't even sacrifice 1 second. I applaud you for doing that. I
Right.
do. Bless your
Thank
heart
you.
for that.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful
that's why I
thing.
said like it's important to me. I know that.
Right, right, right,
So,
right. Self love,
but anyway, so
baby.
that like ties into stuff with between even like both of us, like with
Yes,
your situation and with my situation, is that's important because if not,
yes.
then you're going to be so drained and just dead from not being able to take care of yourself.
Right, right. And boundaries. Boundaries are so important. People to see them as negative. I see them as benchmarks to make progress because I'm even starting to discipline myself more
Yep.
with everything I have going on. I want to get everything done. So it's like I have to discipline myself, but
Yep.
I also have to balance with some self love. Just sit and read. I do meditations. I'm not that good with it because I'm a thinker, but I try. I've
Right.
been really big on self care and self love for the past, I want to say 4 years. And mind you, I'm 44. So for 40 years, just imagine how burnt out I
Yep.
was. Never putting myself first. Never
Right.
considering myself when somebody asked me something. Years ago, an ex of mine, his daughter was like, I have to teach you how to say no because you don't know how to say no. And she was right.
I know. I have that
She was
problem
right.
too. I
So we
know.
we relate on
I,
that. Sometimes you just have
yes,
to
definitely.
listen to your body, listen to what you have going on in your life, and you still have to make space for yourself. Like as
Right.
women, we have to like make that more important. I really appreciate you building this space for both of us to come and talk on Saturdays. I ask you to forgive me for last weekend. I know I shouldn't be apologizing. You already told me that, but I could have called more. I could have done more too. So I'm just grateful for this space
It's the thing
and
is,
this
it
opportunity
was
to
just a
grow.
miscommunication. It was a
Yeah,
miscommunication between us. That's all it was, and we see how quick we were able to get past it and move on.
right,
And now
right,
we're at now.
and keep going. And I admire you um, for sticking in there with your guns. And I didn't even expect that. And you said, "Listen, we can still get back into it." And I in that moment, I said, "You know what? We're doing this. We're doing this." I can
Right.
tell that you're driven, you're goal driven. Um, I'm just happy about this. And it helps me too to know that I'm not the only one out here trying to do self care, self love, because it seems like nobody cares about that type of stuff anymore. But to meet
Right.
you and see and know, like, no, I'm not alone in this. A lot of us women and males are really into loving ourselves and making this community a better place because you can't love nobody until you love yourself. I'm no good to
Right.
you unless I'm good to myself. So yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This was
And
a
that's what.
great topic.
So, did you get a chance to watch the Tyrese videos?
I did that day. I think I watched like 8 of them. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I told you
And I
I mean,
enjoyed
it's
them.
good
I had
too.
no idea that Tyrese had those type of videos. And again, I want to thank you for telling me that because
Yes.
I know a lot of things I miss. But if anything like that and you run across it, shoot it to me. I will definitely check it out. I enjoyed them. And now that you remind me, I'm going to listen to some more
I
while I'm
love watching him.
doing some work today. Yes, he was
Yeah, I
very
love
inspirational.
watching his.
I think one of them had me crying because
I
I was
know.
really feeling
I know.
what
And
he
I'm
was
like,
saying.
this is Tyrese saying this. Like, oh my god. And you
Listen,
don't
you'll be
think that. Like, you would
surprised.
think him as
You
an
would be
actor and
surprised
as
the
a
hearts of
singer.
a person that you don't get to see. Like, we see him
Right.
as an actor in these tough roles, and that's a mistake we make because we're all human under all of these labels and titles
Yep.
and who we are. Like at the end of the day, we're still human. We need one another. You know, a misunderstanding is just
That's why,
that, and
like,
two people
if
can
more
come together.
people
It is
did
what
stuff
it
like
is.
that,
Yeah, Yeah, yeah. I loved it. I loved it.
Yep.
He's amazing, and he's a very powerful speaker.
Yes,
I would literally listen to him in a lecture,
I know.
like, because I can't listen to everybody,
I
but
know.
he is
That's why I
very
said, like, I mean, like, he needs to do
good.
this more often. He needs to like
He
go out and do it.
he
Yes.
should have like a podcast or
Yep.
something that's
Well,
consistent. Because I would be
yes.
there every week. I
Well,
would be there.
he has his restaurant too, on top of his acting, on top
That's
of like
right.
singing.
Yeah, yeah.
So he has a lot to deal with, a lot.
Yes, he does.
But
So I know
it
he
is
does his
nice
self care.
to hear.
Yeah, I wonder what he does for like self care and self love. I'm pretty sure he has a routine.
You know, I think the one video that I did watch, like he does meditation.
Yes,
But
yes.
I forget, I don't remember what the video was specifically, but I think he was talking about that,
There's so many of them.
about taking time for yourself and things
Yes.
like that. So
Well, it's very important. It's just like, say, your car, like how you maintenance your car, like specific months, every so much you got to do this.
yep,
Like your body, mind, and spirit, it works the same way.
yep,
You have to maintain it, especially when you're super high stress. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in like you have a lot
right,
going on. You know, parenting,
right,
working, holding down a career. You know, all of those things at one time can be taxing on you if you don't take care. You
right.
have to take care. You have to take care, and sometimes that means saying no to people who may be overextending you. You know, it comes in a lot of forms. Just being aware of where your energy is going and how you're using it and how
Right.
other people are using it. Like you have to have balance. You have to have it.
And
I'm telling you,
that's the
burnout is
issue
real.
with that issue that I have, was saying no to people, because I thought, even my sister, like we put ourselves out there for just pretty much everybody, trying to help everybody. And
Yes,
like you have to start learning how to say no. Like when I was a little bit
yes,
younger, I would call my dad. Like when I had my own place, I'd call my dad, and I would ask him for help with something, or just borrowing money or something like that. You know what I mean? And at one time he
right,
was just like, "No, I can't." And I had to learn how to do things on my own, because if you
right.
don't, it's gonna just be a cycle. You're just gonna keep doing it. So you have to
Yes,
learn how to say no, like you said, set up them boundaries, so that way, you know what I mean, you can grow on your own. You have to learn. You have to live and learn.
yes. Because somebody's not going to be there all the time, you know? And that's what I'm
Right,
teaching my daughter
right.
now, right now, with her being type 1. I'm super scared about something happening to me and she not knowing what to do. So the only way to counter that is to ensure every day I'm teaching her different skills with the insurance, how to keep food prep. So maybe if you waited too long to eat, you won't go into a diabetic shock. You'll have something quick you can grab. You know, showing her how to shop to make sure you got
And you know what? And that's
everything
the
you need. It's
thing.
a process.
And that's another thing too. Like I was trying to do, like I do recipes. Like you say, I have a, my cooking stuff and
Yes,
that. But
yes.
I'm trying to steer away from a lot of the foods that I was eating, because like with weight gain, with all the greasy stuff, like with your health and stuff like that. So I was trying to move more towards like keto or like intermittent fasting and
Okay,
stuff like that. And I came
okay.
across Keisha Gibson. I don't know if you've seen her on YouTube.
Not yet, but you know, every time you
She she
mention something, I go find it.
she lost 90 pounds in like 6 months, and she was
Wow,
just doing intermittent fasting. So like she would eat within an 8 hour window, and then like the 16 hours she wouldn't eat. So like I did it to
wow.
where I'd stop at like 5 o'clock. I wouldn't eat past 5 o'clock. So you have to pick a time you would stop eating, and then
Right,
you wouldn't eat until 16 hours later, which kind of worked out right, because you go to sleep, so it's not you don't. So I would stop at like 5 or 6, and then not eat until the next morning, whenever that 16-hour window is over.
right.
And then, but what it is was that she did like a 7-day liquid fast, where she was just having like protein shakes and coffee and tea and stuff like that. And then she did a cabbage soup diet, which I tried the cabbage soup, and it's really, really good. It's just, I think I put too much cabbage in it. Like it had crushed tomatoes, it had cabbage, it had celery, and all you do is you have that for 7 days, and you lose
Wow.
like 14 to 20
You did
pounds
that?
in 7 days.
You did it?
I didn't do it for the full 7 days. I did it for like two. I'm like, I don't know how
Well, I'm
people do
proud
this.
of
Like,
you
how
for
do you
doing
get
it too. I don't know either.
the
That's what I
whole?
was going to ask. How did you do it for just the two? Like, was it? It was hard.
Because I was trying. I was so determined to do it that I wanted to
Okay.
see, like, because you know how you want to debunk stuff and you want to see if it really works.
Yes.
So I'm like, I want
Yes.
to do this. I want to do this. Well, I had other food in my house. I had like pizza and you know what I mean, like other things like that. And I'm like looking at it and I'm like, oh, man, I'm like, focus, focus, focus. After the second day, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do it. I'm
Girl, not the
done.
way I saw you making that pizza. What was that? A pizza sandwich? a
I
grilled
made
pizza sandwich. I don't know what you wasn't going to do no fast, but I applaud you for trying.
I made I want to make now it's a cheeseburger taco.
Oh my goodness, girl. You had me fat as a hog.
And I'm like, when I seen it, because I have to send you his channel. It's Smoking and Grilling with AB. I was watching him and I was writing down a bunch of recipes and stuff like that. And that's where I got a lot of my drive to actually do cooking on my channel because like I cooked, but I didn't really like want to put it on my channel. And I'm like, okay, wait,
Right.
where do you go to whenever you want to find recipes?
The
A lot of
YouTube,
people go to
because
YouTube.
that's what I
Hey,
do.
you know what I mean? And the way you title it is how you get the views on it because if you title it the way, like if you title cheeseburger taco recipe, then anytime somebody types that in, your name will come up and then they'll say, oh, well, let me see
Right.
how she made it. Let me see how he made it.
Right.
So it kind of like, okay, let me see. Hey, Diaz, good topic today. Hey, what's up, GJ? Thank you for coming in.
Yes. Peace and love, GJ. Peace and love to you.
I don't know about
Wow.
making
I'm going to
myself
try to
to
get
not
my
eat.
screen open so I can send some of these people some subscriptions.
I will not go for a little while.
That sounds good.
That's true.
I'm not going to lie.
And the thing is that I try, like now I don't do breakfast. My breakfast is my coffee, and like
I'm
I've
the
heard
same
people
way, but I'm not
say,
going to lie.
well,
I had a little bit of
breakfast
bacon
is the
today.
most important. Well, they say breakfast is the most important. You're supposed to eat breakfast. I'm like, everything is the most important, but you don't have to do it. You don't have to eat breakfast. Like I can
Yeah,
have
I don't
this and I'm
really
fine.
need it. Yes, I don't have coffee for the first at least 6 hours of the day. I don't know how
I know.
healthy that is, so
It's like my jump
don't
start to the
quote me as a
day.
guru.
What-
Don't quote me
Let
because
me
I don't know if
see.
that's good or not, but I will drink a pot of coffee and call it a day.
I
There
know.
are
And
certain
the thing
diets that
is
can
that
help everyone.
how did it when you first started drinking coffee, how was it like how did it get you so hyped for the day, but now it's just kind of like
Oh my
I just
goodness.
drink it just to
You
drink it
know,
anymore.
it used to do that because when I used to work, that was my go-to for third shift
Yeah.
overnight was my
Now it's
coffee.
just kind of like okay.
Yeah, I wonder did they do something to it, or are we drinking
I think we're just
modified
immune
coffee?
to it. I even
Probably that. Yeah.
downsized my coffee pot and I still because I don't know if you've seen that 3-in-1 breakfast center video that I did.
No, but you told me about it. I have to go see it.
And the pot literally will make 1 cup. That's it.
Oh my
But you
goodness,
see,
girl,
it's
I
a
cannot do
big
that.
cup. Like it's not a little cup; it's a big
Yeah.
cup.
See, I have the
So
small one
I
too. I have
usually make it twice.
25 ounces.
Okay.
Because if
There
I
are
don't do
certain.
that, I will drink too much.
Like, I'll do one. I know. I know. That's why I downsized because I used to have a Keurig,
Oh, I
and
want
like
one so
I
bad.
was just, but I was just buying the K cups so much. I was going through like 3-4 K cups in one day. So
I
I'm like,
bet.
this
So
is
one
kind of
of
like
those
ridiculous.
cups is like a pot of coffee or a serving.
Yes, it's a pot. Well, you know what?
Oh, okay.
They do have it to where, like, I made it in a pot, but then you can also make single ones too.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
what I usually do is I would open up the K cup put it in my basket, and then make my pot. But if you use the Keurig, it only does the little single.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can
Okay, I get
open them
it.
up, and you could just
Of
put
course.
them as like coffee.
Right, right. I want one
Let me see. The key
so bad.
way that you fill up good enough to go. I don't know if you can see any of these messages.
Yeah, I can. The key is to
Oh,
eat in a balanced way that will fill you up good enough to go longer without eating again, without you being hungry. Everyone's balance can be different though too. I'm a stress
right,
eater,
and then
so it doesn't work for me like that.
so am I.
I eat when I get stressed
So am
or
I.
I get going through something.
And
The
the
first thing
thing
I want
is
is some
like
cookies and milk.
my problem is like if I'm sitting in the house and I have nothing to do, and I'm just sitting in there and I'm like, I'm watching TV. Like I might pull out like a little thing of like Cheez It things or something like that, and I'll just kind of
Snacky.
snack on them.
Yeah.
And then like I'll go in there and somebody else might be making something, and I'm like, oh, now I want something. Now I want something. Like even though I had that little tiny bit of like snacks, I still wanted something because I smelled it, and I'm like, that smells so good.
I call
And
that
if I'm out,
sensory eating. I call that
I know. And
sensory
if I'm
eating
out
because
too,
I
and
do that too.
if I'm out and I pass a restaurant, I'm like,
And it
I don't know if I
smells
want to.
good. Yeah.
I'm like, I want to stop so bad. And now, but I did learn that I go right past it and I just forget about it, and that's it. Because I have to
You better than
train
me.
myself.
I don't have
I
that willpower. I'm terrible.
now,
And
when it
and so,
comes
and I just let it go
to pot,
because I like to eat. I'm probably gonna pay for it in another 20 years. I'll probably be so big I won't be able to get out my house. But that's all I
and
got.
that's
Like
why I'm
I
trying
quit
to
drinking and stuff, so I
like
you can't take my food.
I'm trying to go back to like my high school size,
Girl, are
and
you
like I'm
crazy? I'm
trying
sorry. You
so bad
just
to do
shocked
it.
me. You can't
It's
go back
like
to your high
after
school size. Are you serious?
well, I was like 130, which I
Girl,
mean
I was 140 in high
was
school. I have
fine.
never seen that again.
I
You're gonna have to
but
remove your
see, I
boobies,
didn't
girl.
start. I didn't. I didn't start until like I didn't start like gaining it until after I had my children, and then
True,
it was
yeah.
just kind of like it went downhill after that. It was like the older you get, it's so much harder to lose the
Harder
weight.
to get rid of it. Yeah, yeah. I'm lucky.
You could
I
be
got
the
some
most
good
active
genes. I'm
person,
thick, but I'm
and like it's
not
not going
overweight.
anywhere,
Thank God for that. Well, I
right?
tell you what, it's all about eating and discipline, self love. Do you love yourself enough to start putting in them
I know.
exercises? Honey, I tried it and I don't know if I'm ever going to do it again. It like killed me. I tried working out. I
Well,
try a lot of
I
things.
have
I
one
just
of
can't
them
get into it.
chairs. I
You
have
have
one
a
of them
waist trainer?
exercise chairs that have like the bands. They have the bands on
Oh,
the
okay.
side,
Okay.
and you can sit there, and I can literally just watch TV, and I could just sit there and go like this. Well, with my
No, don't
shoulder,
do that.
I can't lift
No, you
up. Like I
cannot.
could do like
Mm.
the curls, but I can't lift up.
You can't.
So I'm like,
I don't even
I
suggest
can't
you
just
doing
do like
curls unless your
leg
doctor
exercises.
told you to do that. Yeah, because
I
then your
know.
legs will be all in shape and then you ain't working on nothing else. But you got to be careful with it. Hey, it happens to us, the best of
Proportion
us.
that would be super unproportionate if I had some fit legs and I was so unfit up top. Mm,
I promise I would not laugh. I would just put you to the side and say, sis, we're going to change where we're working and we're going to change our working area now. But no, until your arm is better, just give yourself some grace because I really don't want you to add any more injury to it.
I
And I
know.
know you don't
I know. That's why I'm
want
kind of
that
like
either.
24th, come soon, please, so I can figure out what I'm doing.
Mind you, after tomorrow it will be 10 days. So it's coming. It's
I
coming.
know. I know. And I'm hoping that like this week I have to like answer my phone calls because they told me if they got a cancellation that they would call me sooner. And
Okay.
that's my problem is if I don't know the number, I won't answer
Right. I'm the same
because
way.
I get a lot of spam calls and stuff like that. So I started answering them, and then whenever I heard who it was and it wasn't somebody that I wanted to talk to or needed to talk to, I would just block it.
I'm the same way.
because it's
I
so
do the same thing.
irritating.
It's
My phone,
annoying. Yes. Yes.
but my phone goes off all day long, all day, and I'm like, oh
I
my
believe
god, I'm
it.
like, just leave me alone, like seriously. And I'm yelling at my phone. I'm like, my phone can't answer me. I'm like, just leave me alone. Let me see.
I totally
Oh,
get
when
it.
that's what I eat before I go somewhere, especially go to the store too. Stuff in there
Oh
be
God,
looking too good.
yes.
I know.
Girl, I'm terrible with
Ever
that. The last
like
time I went to the grocery store, that's why I spent over $300 something because I was hungry when I went in there. And I said, I know better than this. And I did it
I
anyway.
know, I know.
Yes, I
And the only,
just did
the
that
only
last
good
week.
thing is the only good thing is that I can eat salad and be happy.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing
Me
is
too.
like
I can eat salad
and people
every
will
day,
tell
to be
me,
honest.
"Oh, it's what you put in it. It's what you put in it." I'm like, because I do my lettuce, I do cheese, I do tomatoes, I do cucumbers or not cucumbers, croutons and bacon bits, and then I
Hmm.
do my dressing.
Girl, yes.
And they're like,
Delicious.
"Well, you putting all that stuff in there is not making it any better." I'm like, "I'm not eating a fat, juicy
You're not
cheeseburger.
making
I'm eating
it any worse. There's no
salad."
cholesterol in it at all. That's a pretty, I mean,
I
salad,
like
if you can do that
that,
like once a day and replace a whole meal with a salad, I do that a lot. I do that a lot. Me and my daughter,
but I can
she
do
even
that
does it
all
too.
day.
Yeah,
I can
I
do it
love
all day.
salad. I love salad.
Um,
I
but
love
yeah,
salad. And I
GJ,
love
yes, I
sandwiches.
have. I have went into a grocery store hungry, and I've spent way more than what I was supposed to.
Same here. I just did it. I just did it. And when I got in there, they had to cook food in there, and my stomach just rumbling. I'm like, why did
I
I
know
do
because
this
they
to
have it.
myself?
They have it here, like in the summertime. They have a truck that sits outside the one store I go to, and they have like, especially during like Easter time, they have like fish and like halushki and
Mm.
like stuff like
Oh
that.
my
And
goodness.
I'm like, my weakness is halushki. I ever since my mom was making it, now my brother makes it, and I always tell him, "Hey, you're
Uh-huh.
making it." He sends me over a big, huge bowl.
What is
It's
that?
like
I've never heard of it.
my weakness is halushki. It, it's bow tie noodles, and then it's cabbage, and then you do like your
Mm.
seasoning and stuff like that. But it's so good. Like
Interesting.
if you look up the recipe for it, it is so simple.
Send it to me.
Like
Send it to
these,
my phone. Because I want more cabbage dishes to cook because I really want cabbage. Like I'm craving it, but I don't really eat it plain. Like I want to find
I
good cabbage
use
recipes.
I use either like a fat free. I have the Olive Garden dressing that they use at Olive Garden. I have that as the Italian, and that usually I do like a fat free dressing, like either it's ranch or I use Thousand Island. Um, so yeah,
You did not mention French. French is my favorite. You like French?
I don't know. I like ranch, not French. I don't like French
My
dressing.
daughter.
I
My
like ranch
daughter
dressing,
loves
Thousand
ranch.
Island, and I love ranch.
Interesting. My daughter does too. I cannot stand ranch,
I
but I like
use
the ranch chips. I can eat that, but I can't eat the dressing. I don't know why.
yeah.
I don't know
Now, did
why.
I tell you? Did you see that they have the tangy ketchup and mustard chips?
No, I have
Yeah,
not seen it yet.
yeah.
Tangy ketchup
I
and
th-
mustard
I think it's
chips. Interesting.
I think it's Lay's. I think the company's Lay's, and one is tangy ketchup, and then there's another one that has it's a mustard flavor.
That is
I seen
interesting.
it in
I'm gonna
Shopping
look for
Dave
that.
when I went in there. It was a big bag, and I'm like, I'm not wasting $4 or $5 on a big bag, and if I don't
If
like
you
it,
don't
then
like
it's
it,
just.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can try to find maybe like a smaller bag and just do like a review on it and see if I,
Cool. I'll be
that
looking
because
out for
I seen,
that.
yeah, I seen the guy on YouTube. His name is T Electric. He does a lot of like gun review videos and home invasion videos and stuff like that. But he
Yes,
did it on his channel, and I seen it, and I'm like, I'm like, I'm not a fan of ketchup, like not that much, and I don't
I
like. I
love
like
ketchup.
mustard, but I don't. I only use it if we're like cooking out, and I do like the
Right,
toasted bun. I do like the mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, pickle. I do everything on my sandwich. So that's the only time
right.
I use it. I don't use ketchup for my fries.
Girl,
I
you gotta fry
I
some
use
chicken with some mustard, dipped in mustard. You dip it in mustard and then batter it with the flour.
Okay.
Girl, you have to try that.
Okay.
My cousin taught me that like a year ago, and that's the only way I can fry my stuff. I have to dip it. You know, I normally would dip it in egg or milk. You can also use
Yeah.
mustard. And you would
You know
think that your
what?
food is going to taste like
That
mustard, and it's not. It's just flavor. It gives it a little flavor.
speaking of that, did you see the chicken tender video that I did?
No, it's recent, right?
I did 2 of them. It was a lemon pepper chicken tenders. Okay.
I
The
love
first
lemon
time I
pepper.
did it, I used, instead of the eggs, I used Red Hot sauce, the Frank's Red Hot.
Hot sauce, yes. Yes, yes.
So I dipped it in that, and then I put it in with the breading with lemon pepper seasoning. And that was what it was. And it was hot, but it was good.
I
And I'm
bet
like,
it
it was just
was.
something I thought of because
See, I would do my
everybody
fish
just
like
has the
that, dip it in the hot sauce and fry it with the batter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Girl, you're going to have me in the kitchen in a minute. I got some videos I have to record today, but
You
I don't know if I'm going to cook today because my
definitely
daughter
try the
helps with
belushi though. It's good.
cooking. I'm going to try that.
Tell her to make
I wanna
belushi
try
for
that.
you.
I'm
No,
gonna
GJ,
definitely.
I never made my own salad dressing before.
You know what? I didn't even know that was possible. You can do that.
I didn't even know that either. I guess he taught us something new now.
I know I can make my own tartar sauce because I use the relish and the mayonnaise. I know that's how you
Right.
make it.
Well, you know what?
of
And
course
that's what, and that burger the sauce that Burger King I guess uses or whoever uses,
Ooh, the
the
Big Mac
Mac
sauce,
sauce.
the Mac sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that that's like
Isn't that
ketchup,
Thousand
relish.
Island?
I don't know if they use it with their. I've seen them do the ketchup, the mustard, or ketchup, mayonnaise, relish. And there was something else that they use, and when they mix it together, they're like, "This is Mac sauce." I'm like, I go to the store, and they have sauce that's called mayo chup, and I'm like, "What the heck is mayo chup?"
What
Oh,
in
it
the
is
world?
ketchup and mayonnaise together, and they
Oh
put it in a
wow!
bottle, and they're selling it now.
And they're selling it when you could just
And they
probably
have
do it
ketchup and
cheaper
mustard
making it
together.
yourself.
They have mayonnaise and mustard together. I'm like, who
Ew!
thinks of this?
What in the world?
Even though you put that both of them on your sandwich,
I mean, yeah,
together,
it does go on your sandwich together, but I don't think I want to buy it like
to
that.
put it in a jar and just like they're making money off of this.
Yeah,
I'm like, why
they
didn't I think of
capitalize.
stuff like that?
Baby, they're
I'm gonna start
capitalizing on
mixing
toilet
stuff
paper. They
together and
sell
selling it.
anything here. Yep, they sell
You know?
anything here. We have to buy toilet paper. Never forget that. The fact that we buy toilet paper means this place is capitalized to pieces. Everything is for
So y'all
sale.
should try it and see how you like your own salad dressing made of your own taste too. I'd have to try
I'm
to
gonna
see.
try that.
I'd have to try to see
Yeah, I'm
what
gonna
kind
look
of
into that.
ingredients is to make that. Like, because I haven't even
Yes,
actually, and it's a good idea because I never even thought
it
of
is.
it.
I never thought of it either. Thank you. And I definitely sent you a subscription to your channel as well.
And definitely, GJ, go and follow Shell from the
That
Block
is
if you
interesting.
can, please.
We needed that suggestion because I've never thought about that. I'm so used to buying everything. So
Yeah,
you should
that's
just
why.
buying it.
No.
Cool. You should try it
Okay.
and see how. Okay, I saw that one. Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Perfect
definitely. I'll
self-love
send
video.
you the. I'll send you. Yeah, well, even though we turned it into a recipe video, but that's okay.
Hey, self-love, baby. It comes in different forms, especially
I know.
foods.
There you go.
Especially foods.
You gotta love
So
yourself
what do you?
and eat that food.
Okay. And eat that food and love on yourself. Yes. Yes.
Let me see.
Put those meals first.
You
This is
love the
a
food and
good
love
way.
yourself whenever you eat it.
Yes. Yes. And
That's
be
it.
grateful and thankful. Yes.
So this basically is the halushki,
Ooh, that looks
but
delicious. So there's
you can
no meat in it,
no
but I could probably add
you
it.
can use any kind of noodles that you want, but we've always used the bow tie noodles.
The bow ties. I feel you.
And then like my brother puts like minced garlic in it. He puts garlic salt in it, like pepper and different.
Right.
You can kind of do your own taste to it. But the way he makes it, I'm like, you just have to give
Ooh,
me
I
the
wonder
recipe. He's
how
like,
would it be with Alfredo
it's just
sauce?
halushki. but it might taste good.
Mm.
I'm
So
not a
it's
fan of
literally
Alfredo
just
sauce.
noodles. It's literally just noodles and cabbage.
But
I've
it
never
has
seen that
that
dish before.
seasoning is what makes it.
Okay. Okay.
So, like, once you put your own taste on it, like whatever seasonings you like, but then you
Right.
kind of make it your own.
So with the
But my
cabbage, I'm
mom,
so sorry, I'm stuck on this. So,
well,
so with the cabbage, do you cook it already, right, and season it with your meat or whatever in the pot?
well,
Then
you
you
know what? The old trick that my mom did is that she would take the cabbage and she would dice it all up, small
mm,
enough, and
okay,
she would have put like a paper towel out on the counter, and she would let it sit out. She would put salt, like put all salt all through it, let it sit, and then the
okay,
water drains out, and then she put more salt, and then she squeezes all the water out of it, so it kind of keeps that salt in it, and then she
mm,
boils it, and then she adds the
interesting.
noodles after that. So it's kind of like,
Wow.
but my brother don't do it. My brother just kind of throws it all together, and that's it. So it's kind of like the way that you want to make it. I was
Right.
always brought up on the way my mom made it, but then once my
I'm gonna
brother
try
did it,
your mom's way because that's different.
my brother sautés the cabbage,
Mm,
and then he puts with the noodles in with it. So that's
mm.
just another thought too, because it kind of
That's
has that
two
little
good ways.
saute
They're
thing.
both good ways. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Wow.
but
And I'm
see, and it
telling you, this
always
was meant for you to talk about cabbage today because I have been craving cabbage all week, and I'm just mad because I don't know. I've never really made it before, and I don't want to mess it up.
I'll definitely have to send you exactly how he makes it, and
Yes,
then you could try it.
please.
Yeah, because I think that's what he does is he sautés it for just like a few minutes because he doesn't want to get like how they tell you when you saute the onions, make it like translucent, and then that's whenever it's basically done. You
Right,
don't do
right.
that with the cabbage. You only saute
Mm.
it for a few minutes, and then you add the noodles to it. But you'll pre-boil the
Right.
noodles
Because it's
till they're
okay, so
like
they're
al
already done.
dente, and
Okay,
right,
okay,
right.
okay. That makes sense. Yeah, cool. I really
So
thank you for
you
that. I may find up at the grocery store in the next hour. Buy me a head of cabbage.
just don't spend $300 again.
I better not. I'm gonna literally take in the cash that I have that I want to spend. I'm not taking no cards with me at all this time, just in case I get a little happy. Because I'm a food head. When I tell you, it's terrible. I'm such a food head, and yes, I call that my self care time, especially when I get cheesecake. When I bring home cheesecake, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
And you have another choice too. You got to try. Your daughter got to make that pizza pasta bake still.
Yes, we're doing that. We're doing that. I already
It,
got the stuff. I don't know when she's gonna do it. I know for
I had a
Mother's Day
pan.
tomorrow she's cooking,
I
so
had a pan this big, and it was gone.
I believe it. I believe it.
It's gone. They're
It
like,
looks
is there
delicious.
more? Is there more? It is.
Oh,
Oh my god! Like
it
I
looks
can I can
delicious.
prep that and just have that for a whole week,
Yeah, I believe it. And I'm like that with lasagna
and it's good.
too. I love those type of dishes. I really
Did you ever
do.
see that big paragraph too that had what big paragraph? Are you talking about? I usually use a little mayonnaise, or you could substitute it with sour cream, and I put a little onion powder, garlic powder, maybe, and some salt,
Mm.
maybe some other things too. Oh, he's talking about the dressing.
Oh, the dressing,
He said, yeah, he said you can even throw
sugar
in a little bit of sugar or some honey.
in the mix. Yeah, yeah. I learned that with
I
honey
mean, I
mustard. I definitely made honey mustard before. It's been a while
don't
though.
like. I'm picky as far as what I eat.
Don't feel bad. You're supposed to be picky. Self love, baby. Don't be eating stuff you
Like
don't like. Eat what you love. We all have
my
different
sister is like,
tastes.
you have to try other things. You try other things. You
No, you
can't just
don't.
eat this and this and this. I'm like, because when
No,
we
you
go out
don't.
to eat, I have certain things that I get. Like I get
Right.
if I go to like Denny's or something like that, I'll get it's a grilled cheese sandwich, but it has bacon on it. And then I'll get either
Hmm.
like cheese sticks on the side or I'll get like onion rings on the side or something like that. But then if we go to a place that doesn't have that, I do like either a buffalo chicken bites
Okay.
with celery and stuff on the side, or I'll do chicken tenders with
Okay.
fries. And
So
we
you
went to like
pretty.
this. We went to like this
So you're
fancy
pretty much
restaurant the
you
one
know
day.
what you like, and that's what you like. So do you
Yeah,
like trying new things?
I do. We went to um, every year on March 14th. We always go and spend the day together because that's the day that my dad died. So me, my sister, and my
Oh,
brother would just
bless
go
your
spend the day together.
heart.
And
Okay.
so the one day they're like, "Let's go to the casino." I'm like, "Seriously?" I'm like, "Okay, fine, like whatever." And I'm like, I'm set. I have my mindset. I'm not spending that much money. I'm gonna spend like a 20, and that's it. So
Right.
I was good. I didn't spend. We had a couple drinks and stuff like that. I got Long Island iced tea, and then
Ooh.
we put in our thing for it was a wait list to get in the restaurant. Is that
Okay.
Guy Ferrari, him, the one that's on TV? It's his restaurant that's in the casino.
Oh,
So
okay.
we had a wait. It was like an hour wait. So we're like, okay, let's just go into the casino and play a couple games or whatever until they're ready. They had it's called a trash can appetizer, and it
Mm.
literally is in a metal trash can with a handle, like a bucket, and
Uh-huh.
it's filled up. So what the lady does is she turned it over and pulled it up, and all the stuff came out and like went together all like real nice. And it had like
Wow.
chips, it had, like fries, onions, and like different sauces and things like that.
Mm.
And I've never looked at it and I'm like, it just looks like trash. Like it looks nasty. It looks like a bunch of old food just thrown together.
Just
But when
thrown
I
together,
tried,
yeah.
oh my god, it was so good.
For
I'm
real?
like,
Wow.
I love this. I'd have to find out exactly what the name of it is, but it's in his restaurant. It's like I don't know if you've seen the guy on TV.
I literally
His
have
name
not. I don't think.
is Guy Ferrari, I think, or Ferrari or something like that. He
Okay.
has like the little bit of like white hair, but he's a
Hmm.
chef, and it's literally his restaurant.
Wow. So he makes these
And
dishes.
it was this is a small restaurant, and there was a long. It was like an hour to an hour and a half wait.
You said that my eyes got so big. They must get a lot of traffic. He must
It
make
plus
some good food.
because the people in the casino are spending money and
Oh
they don't want to go
yeah, and they're drinking.
eat, so they
Yeah,
eat.
yeah. He's got the
I mean,
perfect
they had
spot.
a restaurant upstairs, but the line was going all the way down the steps.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. No, we'll just get this one and we'll wait the hour, which was
Right,
a little bit over an hour, but we're just like, okay, whatever. We had
right.
our Long Island iced tea and played a couple games, which my brother ended up winning. He broke even because he ended up spending 300, but then he won 300, so he broke even.
Okay, so he didn't lose anything. That's what's up. That's what's
I
up.
won 58 cents,
Oh God, I thought you were about to say
I,
$58.
but I only spent I think like $5
You are doing well. I have yet to go into a casino and only spend $5.
because
I am
I'm
terrible.
not a
Do
big
not
like
let me in
gambler.
a casino. I
I'm
I
not a big
I get that
gambler
from
though,
my
so
mom.
I'm fine.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible, and I don't like losing. So it is such a lose for me. I like to
Um,
win, but it's
yeah,
so
like Shell
addicting
had
for
just
me.
said, eat what you like and eat it to
And eat
your
it to your
taste too.
taste too. Yeah, yeah. It's important. It's important to have what you like. I,
Hi, Charlie.
mommy, mama used to make me eat all kinds of foods, and I didn't like them. So now that I'm in control of the stove and the kitchen, honey, when I
Yes.
tell you my eating time is like a ritual for me, I'm a food head. I will always be a food head. That's why when I saw that
Well,
sandwich, I
I
said,
love
"Oh my
trying
God,
new recipes too.
I can tell.
I
I
like
see
trying.
that about
You
you,
you
and I like that
know
on
what
your
I made,
channel."
and you're gonna laugh at me too because
Hi, Charlie
I went.
Seagull.
My sister has two dogs. She has a chocolate lab and she has a shepherd mix. So we went over there for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I want to make something for the dogs, because we're eating,
Two
all this
dogs. She
good
has.
food. She has a chocolate lab and she has a shepherd mix.
I'm so
Like,
sorry.
what the
I'm
heck?
sorry. Go ahead. That was a
Okay, let me
replay on my
see.
other
So
laptop.
we went over there for Thanksgiving, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I want to make something for the dogs, because we're eating, two dogs. She has food, a chocolate lab. Let's keep doing that.
That was my other laptop. Please forgive me.
Oh no! I'm like, wait, I'm that's double me talking. Is that my
I don't
twin?
even know how it's coming through my mic, but it did. Forgive me.
So I made dog treats for them. I made cupcakes and I made cookies. And what I did was I ordered on Amazon the shapes of a dog bone,
Uh-huh.
and my daughter helped me make them. And it was like peanut butter, there's coconut oil, and things like that that dogs can eat. And I saw it on the girl's
Wow.
channel on YouTube. She makes all kind of different cakes and like snacks and cookie things and stuff like that.
For dogs?
She's only like 15.
Wow, that is amazing.
She made like Monsters Inc., the cartoon movie
Oh,
Monsters Inc.
wow.
She made
Yeah.
a cake that had different monsters, like little cakes, but they were different monsters.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I wish I was doing it at that age. Like
She is
was just eating and stuff.
talented.
Yes, I'll have to send you her link too, because she has a lot of good
Yes,
recipes.
please do. Yes, please do. I want to check her channel out and give her some support. That is amazing.
Congratulations on hitting 1K. You might have hit K a while ago, but I just noticed it. If you're talking about me, thanks, Charlie. Thanks, Charlie. I'm going for 2.
Congratulations. I know that's right. You going for 100,000, and you're gonna get it.
I want that plaque.
I know you do. You deserve it. You're gonna get it too, because you're not giving up. You're very, very diligent. You're gonna get it. What you hear?
There's an Amazon truck, and it sounds like a duck.
Oh, I think I hear it.
You know how the backup lights, how it goes beep, beep, beep whenever they back up?
Yeah.
This one was squawking like a duck when he was backing up. I'm like, I thought like
I hope there's nothing wrong with his truck,
and
that's
fighting.
really intentional.
I think he modified that. Oh boy!
Be surprised what they can do with these cars and these trucks now.
It is crazy. They're making like a lot of the Amazon trucks now are electric.
Really?
And they just look so funny. They look like spaceship vehicles now.
Wow, I have not seen the new truck at all here in New York.
They're trying to make it environmentally friendly.
How about make this environment friendly first?
Really?
How about
really? That? Yes, I'm talking about you. You're welcome. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure who you were talking to because you said he. That's why I was wondering. But no, like it's crazy. Like
she's cracking. She's cracking up.
What? Once I send you these recipes, you're gonna be calling me and texting me like, "Why'd you do that? This is all I'm doing is making this stuff."
Oh yeah,
now.
You might as well get ready. I'm gonna go ahead on and save that text because but I probably won't complain, girl. I'm telling you, I'm a fool head. I am a fool head. Now, if my budget starts going over, then I'm gonna be calling you. Why did you do this to me?
Well, you know what? But here's the thing is that a lot of people, like, when you're making like the halushki, you have 90% of the seasonings in your house already.
Of course.
So the only thing you're really buying is noodles and cabbage.
I don't run out of seasonings, and I normally keep a nice stock of noodles, but it's time. I love seasonings, girl. When I tell you, I'm the seasoned queen.
Well, you know what? You have to look up. I got it. I don't know if you have a Sam's Club in your area.
No, we have. I think it's BJ. Same difference.
Okay, you have look here. I'll send you a picture of it. It's called Ancho Chili. It's like a liquid. It's a liquid seasoning, and you can add it in pretty much anything. They just call it that. Yeah, and I put it in my chili because it has like a little spice to it. So I put it in when I make chili. Oh my god, it makes it so much better.
I bet you gotta send me pictures of all this stuff so I can put it on my list.
The container is like this big, and I still probably have half of it left.
Okay.
Because I gave my brother.
Keep it in your cabinet, or you got to refrigerate it. You keep it in your cabinets, or you got to refrigerate it. Okay, so it's kind of like the brown thing. Okay, cool. Have you tried
Like if you
Slap Your
like,
Mama?
it looks like it. Yes, I have it in my cabinet.
Girl.
I have your mama. I have Old Bay seasoning. I have Creole. I have Tex
Mm,
Mex. I have Cowboy seasoning. I have Cajun seasoning. Like I have. I went to Sam's Club and I was just like this, this, this.
yes,
I just want to try all kind of different.
yes. I spend at
And I
least
do. I
when I'm doing
try.
seasons, I spend at least $100 on seasonings. And you know they last for a while, but I don't think
Yeah.
about my seasonings because
Yep.
that's how my food tastes good. And I can't stand
You
salt like the regular salt. I like the what salt is it? Sea
the
salt.
Shell. He's talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a channel trailer video entitled "A Safe Space"? Yes, I do. When somebody first goes to your channel, yes, I do, my love. You found me. That's me. That is my little humble abode. I appreciate the support in advance. I'm a small channel. I'm growing slowly but surely. Um, Thank you. I definitely sent you a subscription. And Charlie sees all. I am already subscribed to you, love. Yeah, I think I did that last time we worked together.
I
Thank you so much.
Yes, everybody go follow Shell from the Block. I have to cut out. My food is done, so I
Okay,
apologize.
no worries. I
Um,
enjoyed you.
but yeah, definitely. Like this was much needed. After missing last
Yes,
week, I was just kind of like, oh, like I can't wait till
bummed.
this
Yes.
weekend now.
Well, now we're
So
back on track.
yeah,
And I'm so grateful for that. First, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to you and to all of
same
the
to
women on
you.
your channel, to your parents,
Same to
all the
you, and
women in your lives. Thank
everybody.
you so much. Make sure you have a beautiful weekend and get some self love in there. Schedule it,
Of course,
balance
and
it,
some food.
and the food. Okay, love and food
I
goes together over
definitely.
here.
As soon as I get off here, I'll send you that stuff that I was telling you about.
Most definitely, please do. I love you with all of my heart, and I'm so glad
Uh,
we
I
got back together this
love you
weekend.
right back. I'm glad.
Most definitely, and send me
All
those
right, you
pictures
guys.
of
I hope you
this
guys.
food.
Oh, I definitely will.
Perfect.
I hope you
Yeah,
guys have a
cool.
wonderful weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in,
Yes.
and I will see you guys.
We'll see you next time. Love you guys.
Love
Thanks again,
you.
D Ice. Love
Thank
you
you,
too,
you
boo.
two, for coming in.
Always.